Hey folks, in this video I'm going to show you 3 different type of phone mounts on 3 different type of motorcycles. So if you're in the hunt for one right now, I'm going to make sure that you got a bunch of options. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with my touring motorcycle and the phone mount that I have had the longest. This is a Ciro 3D mount, and mine is perch mounted, where I actually put it on, obviously, the perch, and there's a little elbow here that you can turn out or turn in, and mine turns in because I like to keep mine on the throttle side. Okay, so I am sitting on the bike, and this is my iPhone 13 Max or Pro. It's the real big one, right? So what I like about this is if you just go ahead and slide the phone mount in, you can see that it's held on the bottom here so it doesn't slide off. And you just tighten this thing up a little bit so the width fixes the phone. You can use any size phone for this. You just go ahead and push up and that thing is locked in. This will not move. I happen to put it on this side because then I can take my power cord, plug it right in, and I am rocking. I have had this on 2 motorcycles. I've had it on my Ultra Limited, which is a touring model, and now on this Road Glide Limited. I love this thing. It's nice and easy to get to. I like it being perch mounted, and I think I paid about 69 bucks for it, but I'll leave the price of all these in the upper left-hand corner after I talk about them. For a touring motorcycle, I'm a huge fan of this Ciro 3D. It's got about 5 or 6 years old. That's how much I love it. They do make those that are powered, so you can charge your phone at the same time. You don't have to do this, but you'll have to look on their site for that. I'm going to put links to all this stuff in the description so you can check them out when you're trying to make a decision. Let's go ahead and move over to the adventure bike and show you how I handle that differently. Okay, so this is my adventure bike. This happens to be a Kawasaki KLR 650, and I currently have my phone mounted on the bar that comes across here that you'll see in a second. And this is actually a quad lock case and phone mount. And if you can see how it sits on here, you can turn this thing each way you want. I'm gonna put it back on here because I want to take it off and show you something. But to actually remove this thing, maybe hard with one hand, you push down this little blue thing, you turn this, and it comes off. So this is actually the device itself. This is called a dampener, which helps from your iPhone shaking too much because that has caused some problems. I believe that you buy the case. I bought it as a kid. The dampener and the mount itself, I think it was about 110 bucks. These are very well known. Little pricey, but let me tell you what I like and what's different about it that you need to know. So again, this is my iPhone 13 that I have in its own case. This is what I like carrying around every day in my pockets, the type of case. You have to get the quad lock case with it. Because as you can see, this is what turns into the mount itself that you can turn, right? So for me, because I don't keep my phone in this case, many people do, I don't. I do have to take this off the bike, grab my phone, and I have to put it into the quad lock case, which is really easy to do, maybe not as much one-handed. But ultimately really easy to do. It is a really rugged, solid case, but you definitely need to have this for putting it on the motorcycle. So let me show you that. So this is really simple. You are going to take, and this may be a little difficult one-handed, but you're going to take and push this down on the mount. You're going to line up back here the slots, and then you're just going to simply turn it. And it is locked in there. I am telling you, this thing does not move. Of course, it moves a little bit, especially when you're off-road. I've had no problems with the phone, no problems with the quad lock itself. It's kind of cool because you can move it multiple ways. You can also keep it straight up if you want. in this type of look. Or for me, I don't like blocking everything. I actually turn it this way, and you can hear it click in. And I got to tell you what, I really do like this. A little pricey. I would like it more if I liked the case enough to use it all the time, but I don't. For an adventure bike, if you're going to keep it out, and I think eventually I'll put a GPS there and put my phone here in my bag. But if you have an adventure bike and you want to use it how I'm using it, the quad lock is really a good answer. Okay, so next is a phone mount on my Road King Classic. I normally do not ride with a phone mount on this bike, but I had a company called JoyRoom reach out to me and ask me if I would do a demonstration of their phone mounts and put it on the channel. And I decided that I think I like it enough to go ahead and do that. They did provide this free of cost to me, but you know me, I'm going to tell you what I really think. But I think this thing's pretty cool. So hopefully the sun's not too bad. I've actually mounted this on the bike already. It clamps around the bar, and I'll show you the spacers that you can adjust. One of the things I also like about it is how you actually tighten these things down. Has this little, it's like a wheel lock on your vehicle. You can't take that off without a little wrench, which I'm going to show you here in a second. But from the holder itself, you can see I can simply put my really large phone in there, go ahead and close it up, and man, this thing seems really solid, at least sitting here. There's a button on the back, kind of releases the sides, then you can go ahead and take this out. Okay, so what comes in the box, which is this size, was the mount you just saw on the bike. And it comes with spacers based on the width of your bars. These little rubber pieces are to go around between the device itself, or the mount itself, and the handlebars. And this is that cool little tool I talked to you about. Looks like there's two of them in here that make sure that thing is locked in so nobody's going to take it. And quite frankly, it's tight. It's not going anywhere for sure. Comes with a pretty good user's manual. I believe online this thing is about $75. I'll go ahead and put a link to this as well as all the other ones, assuming that this ride goes good, that I'm going to take right now. But with this one, since I don't know it that well, we're going to take it out on the road and see if it's really worth 75 bucks.
All right, so I did not do this video with an install of how to do this because, quite frankly, it's simple to do. Anybody can do it, but there are a couple videos that I've watched that does show you how to do it that I will link in the description. I'm also going to link all three of the phone mounts that fit three different types of bikes. So you can go right to those if you have interest in those, and make sure that the ones you choose fits your motorcycle. I will tell you, when I first got this, and again, this was sent to me free of charge. The other two I paid for, and the only reason I didn't buy this is because I normally don't like to have my phone on my Road King. Whether you're one of those folks that like it or not, on the other two bikes, I'm good with it, especially my Cruiser. But on this bike, I normally don't want the phone, so I was reluctant to say yes until I'm like, okay, that thing looks pretty solid, and maybe it'll help some folks. And I know that I can put it on my, to give you guys some sort of idea on what I think. So when I first got it on, I definitely had it mounted down too far. So when I turned the wheel all the one way, the speedometer here, I should probably slow down, folks. What do you think? But it was a simple unlocking of that kind of key that I showed you. Moved it up, and it was like really simple. So now I think I almost have the thing. Don't look at my code. I almost have the thing perfect how I want it. So you can see that I happen to mount it right here on this bike. You can pretty much put it anywhere. You can turn this thing. What is that? Horizontal. Man, it's pretty good. Well, also when I got on, I kind of had it turned this way, so I just simply put that key in and from the seat, just moved it around, and I like it. It really does feel, it really feels solid. It's in there pretty tight to where I don't have any concern about it. And again, there's a button on the back of this thing that releases these two sides, and then you can simply pull, push up and pull out. It's actually pretty good, especially from a company that I hadn't heard from before. And again, I think this thing is like $75, something like that. And again, I'll leave some links for y'all if you have any interest in it. I think all three of them are fantastic. Now, it's funny, when I was getting ready to get on the bike and film this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to film this thing and then I'm going to take it off. Not because I don't like it, just because I actually do like it. Just because I don't want to keep my phone on the bike. And now, of course, that I have this thing on here, and you know the Road King, I don't know if you can tell the camera, definitely shakes a little bit. Now I got it on here, I'm like, I kind of freaking like this. Now, I don't know that I am going to convert and keep it on here all the time. I probably will take it off. I could put this on my Road Glide Limited instead of the other one that's mounted on the perch. I really like that mount a ton, but the one thing I don't necessarily like is it's in the way at times of some of the controls. So unless you turn it kind of just the right way, and you can mount that in different places, by the way, the Ciro. I've actually went to, I got my finger kind of behind it to the turn signal on, and I turned the bike off. So I did fix it by turning it, but I can mount this thing kind of anywhere on the bar if I wanted to. So I definitely like this. I am going to decide to take it. I probably will take it off and not keep it on all the time. But if I'm going to go any distances, and I want GPS, or I really need the phone up for some reason while I'm riding, I am going to take this thing and I'm going to leave it in the saddlebag. I like it for sure. So hopefully that helps. I didn't want this to be about a video of one product. I really wanted it to be a video about 3 different products on 3 different bikes. We're all here to help each other out. So just show you some options. Maybe none of those work for you. Maybe one of them do. I like all 3 of them for different reasons, but I definitely can get behind this thing and recommend it. So if you're interested, again, there'll be a link in the description. I'd like to hear your feedback. Do you like do you like your phone out or not? And if you do, what kind of mount do you use? And if you have any questions, leave them in the description. Shoot me a note on Instagram Messenger. I go by BoDean52 on Instagram as well. And I appreciate you guys, as always, checking in. Be safe out there. Have an amazing couple days. Be safe. Make sure to check on a friend. You never know, they may just need it. This is BoDean checking out. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye, folks.